whatever we are suffering with the birth, old age, disease, and above that, we don't know when our plane going to crash. So the only thing in this material world to get out from this all suffering, that is Krishna Katha. And that is the only way, the only option for the pilot is to hear from the ground station. So similarly, for us, is the only option to to save ourselves from all the suffering is only the Krishna Katha. So in Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Ashesha Sanklesha Samam Vidatte Gunanuvadat Smaranam Murare Kimba Punastascharanavinda Paraga Seva Ratiratma Labdha. Ashesha Sanklesha Samam Vidatte. In this material way, there are unlimited difficulties are there. Adhyatmic klesh, Adi Bhautik klesh, Adi Devi klesh. So actually there is only suffering in this material world. There is no real happiness is involved. So whatever the happiness is just the illusion that we are safe. And our future is safe. So all such kinds of suffering is only can be mitigated by Gunanuvadat Smaranam. Yani just by the remembering the Lord's holy name and Lord's glories, one can cross over this material world peacefully. There is no other way. So this is only the option. So only the those who have who are fortunate, those only get the chance to hear Krishna Katha. So it is said that when Lord become pleased with the devotees, with their endeavors or with their service, gives chance to hear about his glories. How we come to know that Lord is pleased on us? It is only we get more and more chance to hear the glories of the Lord. So that shows that Lord is pleased with us. So there are we just discussed of hearing Krishna. Mute का
मेरे को होस्ट बनाओ। जो को होस्ट है ना बिहेवियर हार सबसे नीचे वाले को बनो बस हाँ आप लीव करो।
So Krishna Katha, there are so many unlimited benefits, but the most is Krishna Katha vanquishes unwanted things. So there are so many unwanted things like it cleanses the lusty desire from the heart. So it is Sanat Kumaras are telling to Prithu Maharaj, Astaiv Rajan Bhavato Madhudvishaha Padarvindasya Gunanuvaden Ratirna Durapa Vidunoti Naishtiki Kamam Kashayam Mala Antaratmanaha. So Sanat Kumara is telling, oh Lord Prithu, because just Kumaras arrived in Prithu Maharaj's kingdom and they are advising. Actually, Prithu Maharaj asking, oh, all great sages, so please tell me what is welfare for me. So then Kumara said, Are you are himself Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are already have what all the auspicious things you have, already you have, need not to endeavor. So then Prithu Maharaj asked, okay, please tell me for the welfare of my citizens, which will benefit for them. Then Sanat Kumar is telling, oh my dear king, you already have an inclination to glorify the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such attainment is very difficult to achieve. But when one attains such an unflinching faith in the Lord, is automatically cleansed by the lusty desires from the core of heart. By just hearing the Krishna Katha, one's heart is get cleansed. So that means, so all yogis, siddhis, muktas, they are trying so much, they are going to the jungle so that they will be aloof from all sense gratification. So they are going to deep into the jungle so that their eyes get purified, because if they don't see the women and other sense objects, then they don't get the desire to enjoy them. Then they will be peacefully, they can meditate upon the Lord, or they can practice their yoga practice. But we see that even Vishwamitra, he was practicing for so long time, but just by the hearing the tingling of ankle bell of Apsara, he got attracted. So that means that even the great difficult paths of the yogas, they cannot cleanse our heart. But we can see that devotees here preaching in the staying in the cities and preaching for all different kinds of people. They are going inside the hub of the Maya and they are preaching without being getting affected. So how such a great potency they got? So that is only by hearing the Krishna Katha, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. By that we are getting immune and we able to stay in such a city life also. Even yogi cannot think that staying in a city life and practicing. So even devotees are staying in Los Angeles. Sometimes they used to tell Prabhupada, this is a preaching mission in Los Angeles. Prabhupada used to become very much pleased. You are preaching directly, you are attacking the Maya in the going into their kingdom only. So this everything is coming, getting devotees just by hearing the Krishna Katha. So Prabhupada once tell, he was traveling in a car and the car driver was asking, Prabhupada, you are you seems to be yogi from India. So you got any siddhis? Then Prabhupada said, if a woman comes in front of me without clothes, then still I don't get hesitated. So such kinds of such kinds of cleanliness of heart happens just by Krishna Katha. So second advantage is unwanted thing, that is cleanse is free from hankering, envy, and anxiety. यत्राडयन्ते कस् यत्राडयन्ते कथा मृषानुतुष्टाय प्रशोमेयतः निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु न उद्वेग यत्र कश्चनः निर्वैरम न उद्वेगम, यानी कि फ्री फ्रॉम वन बिकम फ्री फ्रॉम हैंकरिंग, envy, and anxiety. So these are the prayers. Prachetas are praying to the Lord. Hmm? So actually, here Lord is become very much pleased on the Prachetas and he appeared to them. And now Lord is giving benediction. After the prayers of Prachetas, Lord is giving benediction to them. In the benediction, Lord is telling what? So whenever pure topics of transcendental world are discussed, any spiritual topics are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankering, at least for time being. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another, nor do they suffer from anxiety of fear. So Lord is giving them benediction. Okay, you will be free from all hankering, envy, anxiety. And you will live a very happy life, and after that you will come to me. Hmm? So this all happened because you all did austerity and you heard Krishna Katha from Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva. So you achieved, but still I am giving you benediction that you will free from envy, anxiety, and hankering. So see, in this world is full of hankering, envy, anxiety. We envy with one another and we have anxiety that my future will be secured or not. And ultimate future is what will happen after my death. Is that I'm going to become an animal, or is that I'm going to become going to back home, back to Godhead? So if one is regularly hearing Krishna Katha, his anxiety, even death comes also, he doesn't fear because he know what is future. Future is good. Hmm? Suppose we are getting after prasadam, we are getting a nice sweet, nice dessert, then we will be peaceful. But sometimes prasad is getting over, then will be anxiety. What will be the next? I will get or not. So devotees knows what they are going to get. So they are going to get a spiritual world. But the materialistic people, they don't know. After that, there is there. I able to enjoy my property again or not? I will able to meet my relatives or not? What will happen? So one will be free from hankering, envy, and anxiety. And third advantage is free one from bondage of karma. So in this world, whatever we make, whatever the activities we do, that creates karma. If you do pious activity, then you will go to heaven. And after that, what happened? After sometimes you have to again come back to this material world. So you do good, you will go to heaven. But again, that karma will again bring you to back to this world. If you do sinful activity, you'll go to the hellish planet. So if you do good or bad, pious or impious, you will be bond with this material world only. So, but if you hear Krishna Katha attentively, then what happen? Idam yakalya उत्थाय प्रज्वलम श्रद्धायन्वति शृण्वताम यच्छावयनात्मरे muchante karma bandhana. A devotee who rises early in the morning and with the folded hands chants these prayers sung by Shiva. These are Rudragit. If someone sings, gives a facility to others to hear, then certainly one becomes free from fruitive activities. So, so there was one devotee who's very much interested in fruitive activities. So he regularly goes to the Lord Shiva's temple, Shravan in Shravan Mas, and he used to do all kinds of pious things in Shravan Mas, so that after that he will go to Kailash and he will be happily stay with Lord Shiva there, enjoying all kinds of facility. So while he was going, and one day he saw there are devotees are placing a book table. So he took out the Bhagavad Gita and read and slowly started to come to the temple. And then he realized that, okay, this is the goal of the life. So after hearing Krishna Katha and reading Prabhupada's book, his the all this karma bandhana to enjoy the heavenly planets, that slowly diminished and become a nice devotees. So even Brahmana Patni is when Krishna sends his friends to beg something, some food for the Lord, then they are also followers of the Brahmana only. They don't know. They know that if we offer this food in the yajna as ahuti, then we'll get a heavenly planets. All the other benefits we'll get. But when they heard that Krishna is asking, then without caring for all the rules and rituals of this karma kanda, they immediately offered everything to Krishna. So how such a uh, strong determination came in a in the heart of the Brahmana Patnis. Even Brahmanas know, but the conviction doesn't came to them because these Brahmana Patnis are regularly hearing the Lord's Katha. What is Lord doing in Vrindavan? What are his activities? So from Vrindavan Vasis. So by such hearing, they got free from all karma bandhana. Even we see that even devotees join ISKCON in early their youthful age. They have so many obligations to serve the society, serve their country, serve their parents. So, but by hearing Krishna Katha, they slowly develop the renunciation and they dedicate whole their life to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Fourth advantage is surpass all obstacles. Hmm? यानी कि these are the prayers Brahmanas offered to the Lord. When Daksha Prajapati was doing yajna, the Lord appeared. So then all the Brahmanas praying, ki, hey Lord, hey Brahma, hey Lord, just by hearing your Krishna Katha, all the obstacles in anyone's heart, they are dispelled. So what if you are personally present here? So our yajna is going to be fulfill all our desires. So they are glorifying, they are serving for the Daksha, they are Karma Kandi Brahmanas, but still they are praying that just by hearing Krishna Katha, all impediments in our life are removed. But now you are personally present, then there will be no impediment. So surpasses all obstacles. See, ISKCON is a worldwide organization. So in a small one company center is there, then so much company faces problems. But ISKCON is spread all over the world, in nook and corners of the world, even in Middle East, where there are some Islamic countries are there, communist countries are there. But still ISKCON is running successfully because because Prabhupada used to say, you just do what I am saying. Just you discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, do Harinam Sankirtan, all obstacles will be removed. Hmm. One time there was morning program going on, and suddenly some outsider came and throw the bomb inside the temple. So all devotees afraid, but the bomb doesn't got explode. Then Prabhupada come to know. Then Prabhupada said, "Okay, you start nursing Arti." Huh? So many different obstacles were seen in the ISKCON, but they are not affected, because Lord's glorification was continuously going on. So many temples are there, around 6,000, and at a time Srimad Bhagavatam daily class happens. Glorification of the Lord, Bhagavad evening Bhagavad Gita class happens. So because of continuous glorification of the Lord protects. Even Lord says, so whoever is hearing my katha is free from the clutches of Yamaraj. Yamaraj cannot come and take your life that time. Mhm. So such is the power of Krishna Katha. Fifth advantage is free from all sinful reactions. So if you read the Vedas, we see that for getting free from sinful reaction, one has to do so much of atonement and everything. But you need not to go such a hard endeavor for all these things. Just by hearing the narration of Dhruv Maharaj, actually this is a Falastuti told by Sukadev Goswami, that just by hearing the activities of the Lord's devotees also, so you will be free from ill. By hearing the narration of Dhruv Maharaj, one can fulfill desires of wealth, reputation, and increases the duration of life. It is so auspicious that one can even go to the heavenly planets and attain Dhruvaloka, which is achieved by Dhruva Maharaj just by hearing about him. The demigods also become pleased because this narration is so glorious and it is so powerful that it can counteract all the results of one sinful action. So just by hearing, but someone wonders, one who is following Jnana Marg Karma Kand, he will wonder, "Sare, we are doing atonement for removing our past sinful activities. But how these devotees, just by hearing Krishna Katha, their all sinful activities are resolved." So this is a great benediction given by the Lord. How it works, it is beyond our understanding. So doctor gives a pill. So by taking that pill, our disease is cured. So how the pill got activated, how it went to the brain, and our headache was removed, it is beyond our understanding, but it acts. So similarly, how Krishna Katha removes sinful activities, it is inconceivable by our human brain, but it removes our all sinful activities. So we see that even hippies, they are so sinful. In the morning only they start drinking, they eat cow flesh. So they have so much of sinful tendencies. But when they came in contact with Srila Prabhupada, they did Harinam, they hear about Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. They all got cleansed and they become preachers and they spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. They not only got purified, but they purified and become the great devotees of the Lord and preached Krishna consciousness to all whole world. So this is very amazing thing what Krishna Katha does. Next is, it diminishes the miseries. So similarly, what earlier discussed, by discussing Krishna Katha, so here Narad Muni is preaching to the Prachani Varishad. My dear king, in the place where pure devotees live, follow the rules and regulation, and thus pure in a pure consciousness, engage the great and engage in hearing and chanting the glories of Supreme Personality Godhead. In that place, if one gets a chance to hear their constant flow of nectar, which is exactly like the waves of a river, one will forget the necessities of life, mainly hunger, thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fear, lamentation, and illusion. So, so this is benediction, great Narad Muni telling to Prachani Varishi. So that king was himself, he was in great delusion. He was thinking that I will do different kinds of yajna and go to heavenly planet and enjoy there. But Narad Muni told, telling the glories of the Lord, by that his heart got purified. Hmm? So, and one become free from hunger, thirst, fear, lamentation, and illusion. Means he is becoming a direct devotee of the Lord. So in ISKCON also we see that so many people come to and hear the Krishna Katha, though they are eating all kinds of breaking four regulative principles, eating non-veg, they all become cleansed and become the devotees. I know one devotee who is regularly coming to Kunji Bihari. Earlier he used to come for that Blue Nile hotel is there. So it is very famous for eating non-veg. So every weekend he used to come, and he goes to the Blue Nile hotel. He used to travel 20 kilometer to just to have one dinner of worth of 500 rupees 10 years back. So then one day there was the Janmashtami and there was lot of crowd. So and just he entered. Okay, lot of crowd is there. I have to park bike. While walking, I will enter the temple. Then he came inside and he heard Krishna Katha on Janmashtami and he understood. Oh, I should not break four regulative principles. So and his heart got changed, and every week he used to go to that hotel. Now every week he goes to the our ISKCON temple, Kunj Bihari temple. So, this is a great change. Such a change is very rarely seen in this world. And this is only achieved by Krishna Katha. So, and if someone has a God disease, very severe disease, and he is very lamenting, but when he hears the Krishna Katha, his all lamentation goes. So, even we see that devotees who are at the deathbed, like we see the example of Srila Prabhupada himself, how he left his body, that is glorious. And even Bhakti Tir Swami Maharaj, he got such a severe cancer. He lost all his weight. Just bones are remaining. But still he was laughing with a great smile. And all the other people used to come to take inspiration from him. So such a attitude was came by just hearing Krishna Katha. Hmm? And next, Krishna Katha protects from fears of death. Hmm? So everyone in this world afraid of one thing, that is death. If doctor tells you are going to die in few months, then patient will tell, okay, take my all wealth, take whatever you want, but save me from death. Hmm? But here sages are praying. So this episode comes when Dhruv Maharaj was attacked by yakshas and they created the great illusion. So that time Dhruv Maharaj was completely covered and he was shaken because he can't see anything. He was seeing only the rain of serpents, rain of arrows, rain of different kinds of weapons. All mountains are flying and coming to him. So in that case, sages thought that Dhruv Maharaj may become weak and he may succumb to all these illusions. That time, all sages were praying to Dhruv Maharaj. They are telling, hey, dear Dhruva, O son of Uttanapad, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Sarangadhavan, yani ki one who is holding the Sarangadhanush, who relieves the distress of his devotees, kill all your threatening enemies. The holy name of the Lord is as powerful as Lord himself. Therefore, simply by chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, many men can be fully protected from fears of death without difficulty. Thus, devotee is saved. Hmm? So, like that, sages are telling Dhruv Maharaj, don't afraid. You just remember the Lord and His glories. All illusion, whatever the Yakshas created, that will be dispelled. So, by taking inspiration from sages, Dhruv Maharaj remembered the Lord, and suddenly all the illusion was got dispelled. See, earlier in our life also, we see that we are working in some big companies, we are getting nice salaries. So we can enjoy. Our goal was that I will earn money and I will enjoy the life like anything. But when we came in touch with the devotees, when we hear about the Krishna, read Srila Prabhupada book, our whole illusion about the material world was dispelled, and devotees left everything and they surrendered to Krishna and decided to preach glories, what they got, how the illusion was dispelled, their illusion was dispelled. Similarly, they want to benefit others also by distributing Krishna Katha. Hmm. So, this was a glory of Krishna Katha, that it protects from fears of death, illusion, etc. 4 minutes? Okay. So, and at the end, one achieves all desire objects. Hmm. So, so if someone want material benefit also, then also one will achieve. So this is a Falashruti in comes in a Dhruva Katha, hmm, that my dear sons of king, the prayers I have recited to you. Hmm, sorry, this is told by Rudragrit, coming in Rudragrit. So I have recited to you are meant for pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul. I advise you to recite these prayers, which are as effective as great austerities. In this way, your life will be successful and you will receive all whatever you desired without fail. So Shiva is telling to all Prachetas ki just I told you all Krishna Katha glories of the Lord. Just by hearing, you achieved all your desired goals. Even Dhruv Maharaj achieved Dhruva Loka. Even Pandavas, Arjuna, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he again got his virtue and he fought and he won the battle. Rukmini got Krishna as husband. Parikshit Maharaj, he conquered over the death. So, whoever, whatever they want, they got just by hearing Krishna Katha. Hmm? And at the end, conclusion is that so we are getting the so much to hear about the Lord, without any endeavoring. Sometimes you are forced, sometimes you got opportunity. So please take advantage of all this facility. After so many lifetime, we are getting this opportunity. So without fail, you can take advantage. And taking advantage, after that, you can distribute to the whole world. This is the best thing you can do for the mankind. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Krishna Katha ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any questions? प्रेजेंटेशन देना, प्रेजेंटेशन सुनना, भक्ति वैभव, ठीक. हरे कृष्ण. Any question? इधर माइक उधर है सामने. Online devotees also can ask.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you, Prabhu, for such one. You are mentioning in the presentation that by hearing one of the effects, freedom from hankering, envy, and anxiety.
Yes, yes.
So we actually we are practicing Krishna consciousness and we are hearing Krishna Katha also, but that hankering envy is not going away. We
Okay.
feel that again and again it comes up, that envy, and we are also in anxiety and that envy. So where is the problem, or if there is problem in quality hearing, then how can improve the quality of hearing? Can you elaborate?
उत्साह निश्चय धैर्य तत्त प्रवर्तनात् संग त्यागो सतो वृत्ति षड्भिर्भक्ति pranashati. Hmm? So, as according to our utsaha, determination, all these kinds of. So, one, if we want results quickly, then we should have more utsaha, nishchaya, dharya. So, because of that, the our progress in Krishna conscious depends. So, sometimes we find that we are after hearing also so much, it is not getting affected. So no, in the background, the Krishna Katha is working. So when we switch off the fan, So it doesn't quickly stop. It takes some time to cool down. So similarly, we our all hankerings are slowly we're getting reduced. So now if someone comes and tells you, okay, you break four regulative principles, come for the party. So after coming also we'll give you 1 crore of rupees. So would you like to go? No one will go because the hankering whatever earlier we are doing all those enjoyment by giving money, but now someone is giving money and telling to break all the regulatory principle, but we don't do because we are got purified up to some extent, and other remaining it will happen in due course of time, and we want more quickly, then follow all the rules and regulations of what Rupa Goswami tells in Nectar of Instructions. Hare Krishna.
Second part of the how we can improve the quality of our hearing. We are hearing many times now. We are not attentive. So can you give some how we can improve the quality of hearing?
So Mahat Mahatpadarajobhisekam. By serving great devotees of the Lord, we get taste for hearing, chanting, for everything. So, like someone someone has want to play the sports, someone had to play cricket, then he has to go and associate with those people, those are interested in cricket and they are playing regularly. So similarly, if someone want to do some toxication, then he has to go with such persons, those who are toxicated. So similarly, if you want the ruchi in a Krishna Katha, then we should find the devotees who are relishing in Krishna Katha. By serving them, associating with them, we get such a benediction. Mahatpadarajobhishekam. That Prahlad Maharaj praised to Lord Krishna. That because Narad Muni, by the association of Narad Muni, I got such bhakti. Because pure devotees vibrate the pure vibrations, pure spiritual Krishna Katha. So by hearing from such souls, we get. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I liked your presentation very much, especially all the results, positive results of the hearing you presented in good sequence uh, with the shlokas quoted in reference to it. And also I liked how you started the presentation by giving a mundane example of a plane hijack and how it is important to hear. So it was very nice. And just I felt that in scriptures we find some cases where people heard, but they did not got transformed. Like Dhritarashtra, he heard, he didn't got transformed. Kayadhu, she heard, didn't got transformed. Krishna personally was there in front of Duryodhan and telling him, he didn't got transformed. So this aspect, hearing definitely we emphasize, but how to hear plays a very important role to get all these effects which you quoted in the class. So that how to hear is also very important. So if you could have touched that aspect little, that would have been very nice. So you quoted well all these good examples of results of hearing. Also, you presented Srila Prabhupada pastimes in relation to it. So it was very nice, full presentation. And when you gave the example of Vishwamitra Muni, so yes, Vishwamitra Muni heard, he was having his closed eyes, just he heard and he got diverted. And we observe, and of course, to counteract it, you gave the example of how in ISKCON movement, devotees are preaching in the city of Maya, New York, Los Angeles, and still they are faithfully serving Srila Prabhupada. Very good, you quoted. If you would have quoted Haridas Thakur example, that would have been very nice, because Srila Prabhupada always quotes Haridas Thakur. When in Bhagavad Gita purport, Vishwamitra Muni is quoting, and then he's quoting Haridas Thakur. That how Haridas Thakur, because he was constantly hearing holy name, he didn't stop, he didn't got diverted. It's like that. So overall, it was very good. You presented nice shlokas, nice pastimes, and covered the topic very well. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Next devotee.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Should I start, Prabhuji? So my topic is hearing is the key, and with reference to example from Canto 4, how the devotees heard from other devotees and how the process of hearing is glorified by different personalities. So hearing is very important. When Hiranyakasipu was asked teachers, then he replied by Sri Prahlad was Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. So Prahlad Maharaj tells here about the 9 process of the devotional service. He tells that these are the most important, and by this we can achieve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in out of this 9, the Sravanam is most important, is form the basis of all 8 other processes. And this all this 9 process of the devotional service, it should be offered to the Lord, and it is then performed. Not it is that it is performed, it is not performed and then it is offered to the Lord. The second, what is the iti punsar pita Vishnu bhaktische nav lakshana kriyate bhagavatya shraddha tanmaye dhitam uttamam. So with the devotion, it is offered to the Lord, all these 9 processes, then it will become successful. So this Sravanam, this is so much glorified is even in our Bhagavatam. So we'll take some few slokas from the first canto of the Bhagavatam, which glorifies the hearing. Like Tasmad ekena manasa bhagwan sattvatam patim srotavya krititavyascha dheyam pujyascha nityada. In this, with one pointed attention, and one should constantly hear about and glorify and remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the next sloka, like 3-4 sloka are in the sequence, which glorified the hearing. Next sloka is यद अनुध्यासिना युक्ता कर्म ग्रंथि निबंधनम छिंदन्ति कोविदस्तस्य को न कुर्यात् कथारतिम. So this karma granthi, the knot of the heart, what is the karma knot? This will go away only by the remembrance of the Lord, which will come by the hearing the message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Next, Susruso Sardhanasya Vasudeva Katharachit Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nisevanat. So by serving the great Vaishnavas, what we get is the affinity for the hearing the message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Next is Srunvatam Sokatham Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtanam Hirdentasya Bhadrani Vidho Noti Srunit Satam. So by hearing, what happens? When we develop the urge for the hearing, so Lord cleanses all these our unwanted desires, enjoyments from our heart, from within. Hirdentasya Bhadrani Vidho Noti Srunit Satam. And next is Nashta Prayaso Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. All what is then troublesome in our heart is destroyed by if we daily hear the Srimad Bhagavatam class, then all the abhadras from our heart is destroyed. And yasyave suryamananam Krishne parampurse bhakti utpatati punsam sok moha bhayapaha. So all this lamentation, illusion, fearfulness, this will all be destroyed if we give the simple hearing, this oral reception of this about the Supreme Lord, His glories. And the Kunti Marani says, Sranvanti Gayanti Granti Abhikchasa Asmaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Jana. Those who constantly hear, chant, and repeat the transcendental activities, they will not get birth again in this material world. So this is all the glories about the hearing, but how we should do the hearing process? So in 1.2.17, Srunvatam Sokatham Krishna Punya Sravan Kirtanam Hirdantasya Abhadrani Vidho Noti Sruhit Satam. So in this, Prabhupada writes in translation that those who hear it properly, when it is properly heard and chanted, then only this desire of material enjoyment from the heart of devotees goes away. And in the purport, Prabhupada writes how this proper heard and chanted means we have to hear offenseless. So what is this offenseless chanting? Offenseless chanting we have heard many times, but what is this offenseless hearing? So in 1.1.2, this sloka, last line is Sadhyo Hridaya Avaruddhate Atra Kritivi Susrubhi Tatchanat. So as soon as one attentively and submissively hear the message of the Bhagavatam, by this culture, knowledge of the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So in translation, this Supreme Lord is encased in the heart of this such devotees. And how much time it takes? Sadhyo, matlab immediately, and tat chanat, this also immediately. But we can see that it is not happening. We are hearing from so many long time, but it is not happening. So in this, Sridhar Swami tells in its slokas commentary that if someone is not properly hearing, then it will take a long time. So it will not happen tat chanat. And if we hearing inattentively, then we may hear again and again, but it will not change our heart. And yesterday this sloka also came, Bahu Janma Kare Yadi Sravana Kirtan Tabu Na Parai Krishna Prema Dhan. So if we chant this Hare Krishna mantra, we hear this Hare Krishna mantra even for the many lives, but Krishna Prem will not come. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati writes in its slokas purport that we should do this hearing offenselessly. We should avoid this 10 offenses. What is for the chanting? If you avoid this 10 offense, if we don't avoid this 10 offenses, then we have to take this many lifetimes. And then what is this proper hearing? So one story comes in Bhagavad Mahatmya. One time, two brothers were there, Dhundhugari and Gokarna. So in our history, we can see only two places where after hearing the Bhagavatam, the hearer went directly back home, back to Godhead. One is Parikshit Maharaj and second is this Dhundhukari. So Dhundhukari, for this sinful uh, activity, he got this Pret Yoni, and he was getting terrible suffering in that Pret body. So he prayed to his brother Gokarna to relieve him from this Pret body. So Gokarna told that I have already performed that this Shraddha in Gaya for you. So what else I can do? So then this Dhundhukari tells, even if you perform this Gaya Shraddha for 100 times, my sin is so much that I will not get relieved from this Pret body. Then Gokarna thinks what he can do for his brother. Then he prayed to the Surya Dev. Then Surya Dev tells to do the Bhagavad Saptaha for this Dhundhukari. Then he arranges this Bhagavad Saptaha at his village. Then all the people of the village, they come to hear this Bhagavad Saptaha. Then everybody hears this Bhagavad Saptaha, and Dhundhukari he takes seat in this one bamboo stick, and after every day one knots of this bamboo stick is broken, and at the end of 7 days the seventh knot also breaks, and he gets the wonderful Vishnu Duta body, and immediately this Vishnu Duta comes in the plane to receive him. And then he was ready to go. Then Gokarna asked to Vishnu Duta that I spoken Bhagavatam, and all these villager people, they also heard the Bhagavatam. Then only why you are taking this Gokarna, this Dhundhukari? Then the Vishnu Duta replies, Sravanasya vibhedena phalo bhede atra samsita. Sravanam tu katham sarve na tatha mananam kritam. Na tatha mananam kritam. So everybody heard this Bhagavatam class here, but when they went home, they forgot that. But this Dhundhukari, he was constantly meditating, thinking about this, what he heard in the Bhagavatam. He was thinking so much that he was not able to sleep even in the night. So 7 days he was constantly submerged in the Bhagavatam. He was thinking constantly about the Bhagavatam. That is the difference between these villagers and this Dhundhukari. And that's why we are taking him. And they also say another sloka, Adhidam cha hatam jnanam pramadena hatam srutam sandigdho hi hata mantro vyagra chitto hato japa. The knowledge which is not did, and that what is heard is without attention, and the mantra that we have doubt, and that japa we are doing with a distracted mind, it is of no use. So what we are doing regularly, that we are doing every day morning japa, so we should do with full attention, otherwise it of not much use. And they say the another sloka also, Viswaseva Guru Vakyeshu Swasmin Deenatva Bhavana Mano Dosho Jayaschaiva Kathayam Nischala Mati. So, Viswaso Guru Vakyeshu. So, what we are hearing from the Guru, we should have full faith on the Guru Vakya. Like we can see that Srila Prabhupada, when he was instructed by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to go and preach in the English language. So he has, otherwise he was thinking he has no qualification, but he has full faith in the Guru Vakya. And he did it even after 40 years. He did it what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has told him. So we should hear from the Guru with the full faith. And second is Swasmin Deenatva Bhavana. We should submissively hear in the mood of Trinadopi Sunichena. Like Sutta Goswami, that sages asked what is the qualification of this Sutta Goswami. Then they tells that Snigdha and Soumya. He was submissive and gentle. So he heard the Bhagavatam very nicely. That's why he was able to repeat it to Sonakadi Rishi. And third is Mano Dosha Jayaschaiva. Man is our mind is always flickering. It jumps from one one point to the another point. We are not able to focus our mind on one particular topic. Like we like so much the internet. Why? Because it has always the option from one point it jumps to another and third and fourth. So keep on. So this is like the mind. It is very chanchala. So we should, with full attention, we should hear this Bhagavatam. And then a story comes of this bull. Madhvacharya was there. He was explaining this bhasya, commentary to his disciples. And he was explaining what that was the very complex Sanskrit and not many were able to understand. So this one of disciples asked that who will this write the bhasya on your teaching? Then Madhvacharya looked and he told this bull will write. And one bull was there. He was always, whenever the class of Madhvacharya happens, he hears very attentively. Generally, bulls, they eat and they do chewing of that food for many hours. But when this bull was hearing the class, he even stopped the chewing and he was completely submerged in the class of the Madhvacharya. So he was with one focused, he was hearing. So Madhvacharya told this bull, he will write the bhasya. And that same bull, then he again, the next life, he becomes the Jayatirtha and write the bhasya on this Vedanta Sutra and all the granths of the Madhvacharya. And fourth is Kathayam Nischalam Mati. So our intelligence should always also focus while hearing. So intelligence should lead us to the deliberating and thinking on what we heard. So what we hear in the like morning Bhagavatam class. So our intelligence should always ponder on that topic, that how we can understand and how we can apply that in our life. An example of ideal hearers is like Sutta Goswami, who heard the Bhagavatam and they repeated to Saunakadi Rishi. Saunakadi Rishi also heard from Sutta Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj heard, and Narada Muni, that he heard from the sages, and Dhundhukari, he heard from his brother. And listening of the Bhagavatam can happen in the three modes like goodness, passion, and ignorance. We should always try to be in the mode of goodness. Sometimes we comes in the mode of passion, like we go to the class to hear some jokes in the Srimad Bhagavatam classes, and or we can like to hear and Bhagavatam class and try to extract some good points so we can repeat in the other class, so we that can increase our glories. And hearing the class, like we can repeat it and we can tell to many people so we can have many followers. That should not be our motivation to the hearing the Bhagavatam class, or in the mode of ignorance, like many times we go to the sleep while hearing the Bhagavatam class. So we should try to the hear the Bhagavatam class in the mode of goodness. And we should always do mananam. What when we think about what we heard and try to understand how to apply it to our life. Like this, Sravanam is there, and after that, Mananam, and then Nidhi Dhyasanam is there. In Nectar of Instruction, Sloka 8, Purport, Prabhupada writes about this Sravana Dasa, Varana Dasa, and this Smarana Avastha. So, like in initial stage, when always we engage in the hearing of Krishna Katha, that is called the Sravana Dasa, stage of hearing. And we again repeatedly, we constantly hear this Bhagavatam, like constantly meditating upon that, then it becomes the Varana Dasa, like the Mananam. And third is Nidhi Dhyasanam. When that we go in the ecstasy, and by so much we become attached to the hearing this Krishna Katha, so we go, as soon as we hear that, we go in the ecstasy. That is called the Nidhi Dhyasanam or Smarana Avastha. These are the three stages what Prabhupada has told of the hearing in this NOI. And this is what we heard, that how we should hear. And we should now we will see some examples that how the devotees heard from the other devotees. Like from Canto 4, that Dhruva Maharaj heard from Mother Suniti. So when Dhruva Maharaj was very much affected by hearing the words of the stepmother, and he comes to the mother Suniti, and then she consoles him and tells that whatever she has told is correct, and I cannot do much, but you can do the bhakti of Narayana. That will give you the highest place in this world. So he heard this, he heard from the mother, and immediately he left to the forest to apply what is a word and to get the uh, darshan of the Lord. And in the uh, on the way to the forest, he meets to the Narad Muni. Then Narad Muni tried to console him that you are the child and you should be like in happiness, and this distress comes and goes. You should not much become affected by this. But Dhruva Maharaj is told that he is deeply hurt, so these words are not able to console him. He wants the place which is greater than his great grandfather. Then Narad Muni tells him the process of the devotional service. He tells him the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and he tells that you should go to the Madhuvana, takes the three times daily bath, and you should control your mind and do the meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he heard from the Narad Muni and he applied it, and he got the darshan of the Lord in 6 months only. And next come the prachetas. Then the prachetas, on the instruction of his father, they went to perform the tapasya. And on the way, they got the darshan of the Lord Shiva. And the Lord Shiva, they glorifies that you all are the devotees of the Lord. and he gives them the Rudra Grit, then how you should meditate on the Lord Hari. And then the Prachetas did that tapasya for 10,000 years, and they do that recited this Rudra Gita, and finally they got the darshan of the Lord Vishnu. And also we can see the Prachin Barhi. Then Prachin Barhi, when he was so much engrossed in this Karma Kanda, then Narad Muni comes and then tells that you are creating all these karmic reactions, and all these animals, they are ready to pierce you with their horn. When you go after leaving this body, they are ready. So he asked that how I can get rid from this karma. Then he tells him the allegorical stories of the Puranjana. Then he not able to understand. Then he again tells its gist, and then finally comes to understand. Then he tells that previously what I heard from this acharya, actually they told mainly about this karma kand. They didn't told me about this devotional service. Now that you have told me the devotional service, then he finally leaves the home and to perform the tapasya. And last is this prachetas. Prachetas they heard from the Narad Muni. The prachetas they got the when they were they married to the Marisha, and they like many thousand years they were in the grihastha ashram. Then they Narad Muni came there, and they again instructed him about the devotional service. They told that we were in the this grihastha ashram, so we forgot this temporarily about this devotional service. So they again their mind focused on this lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they again attended the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this how the process of the hearing is glorified by different personalities from Canto 4. So here when the Dhruva Maharaj gets the darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, so at that he tries to glorify the Lord, but he was 5 year old and he was not having much intelligence at that time. So Lord puts his conch shell, and then this he started glorifying the Lord. So what he asked from the Lord is, my Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditation upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from the pure devotee is so unlimited that is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda. The Dhruva Maharaj is telling that this what this impersonalist they try to go in this Brahma Jyoti. He telling that hearing only hearing about this Supreme Personality of Godhead has got the more bliss than the Brahmananda. Then this famous loka bhakti muhu pravatam toy me prasango bhuyad anant amala sayanam येनांजस सो अल्प मरु व्यसन भवादि निस्य भवत गुण कथा मृत पान मत्त. So he is telling that I am becoming mad to hear about this transcendental qualities and the pastime which are eternally existent. And time is less, we will go through quickly. So Prithu Maharaj is also asking to the Lord Vishnu that I do not want that same Brahmananda, what the Dhruva Maharaj is rejecting, Prithu Maharaj is also rejecting. So he is telling that I don't want this benediction of merging into the existence. What I want is the millions of years so I can hear your glories. So similarly, the Rupa Goswami also asked from the Lord this Tunde Tandavini Ritam Ratim. So he also asked that I want the many tongues and I want the millions of the years so I can hear your glories. And Prithu Maharaj again, this continues, Sauttama sloka mahan mukhachyuto bhavat bhavat padam bhoj sudha kananilam. So, my dear Lord, I therefore I do not need any other benediction, but the opportunity to hear from your mouth of your pure devotees. So we should hear this katha from these pure devotees, not from these ordinaries like outside. Many this Bhagavad Kathakar, this professional Bhagavad Kathakar takes the money and gives the Bhagavad Katha. So we should hear only from the pure devotees. And Sankadi, this when the Chatus Kumar they instruct this Prithu Maharaj, they tells that one should mold his life in such a way that he cannot live in peace without drinking the nectar of the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So nowadays when we go to the people, they say we have no time for hearing actually. So here this Chatus Kumara is telling the Prithu Maharaj that we should mold our life in such a way that we should get the time for hearing this Bhagavad Katha. And Puranjan of Hakhan, what is told by the Narad Muni, he also in that one minute, that one gets a chance to hear this constant flow of the nectar, which is exactly like the waves of the river. And by hearing in such an association of the pure devotees, one forgets this sokh, moh, bhaya, and this all these illusions, fear, everything he forgets by hearing the Bhagavad Katha. And this pratistas, this asking from the Lord Vishnu, that we may associate with those who are engaged in discussing your pastime. So, like we in gist, we saw that how what is the glories of the hearing and how we should do the hearing, and this what is the qualification of this hearer. And we saw some examples from the fourth canto, how the devotees heard and how they glorified this process of hearing. Thank you. If any question or comment, you can ask.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. So you were mentioning about this, giving the example of Dhundukari and how he heard. So the slokas you quoted, where are the slokas?
This is Bhagavad Mahatmya, Prabhuji. This is from Padma Puran.
Okay.
Padma Puran.
And you were also mentioning about offenseless hearing. So can you actually, I just missed, can you please tell what is offenseless hearing in gist?
Offenseless hearing, that what is this quoted this sloka. This 4 points are there. These 4 points are the Viswasi. We should be this faith on this, the Guru Vakya, and we should go in the mode of the submission, Dinatva Bhavana. Whatever we have this material qualification, whatever we think, that we should leave it outside the Katha. When we go inside, we should hear as submissively and gently. And whatever with our mind and this intelligence, we should fully focus on this Katha. If you are inattentive, that is the offense that in hearing. So we will not able to get all the fruit of the hearing.
Okay. This sloka is also from there.
That is same. This 3 slokas is from there only. What this Vishnu Duta tells to the Gokarna, that why all the villagers, Then again, the Vishnu Dutta told that you again arrange one more Bhagavatam class and follow this all. So they again did the same Bhagavatam, and all the villagers again came and they hear very attentively. Then the whole village they went back to Godhead, like the Bhagwan Ram when he was going back home. So he took all these prajas to his abode. Like that, at that time, this all the villagers, even the dogs, chandalas, all went back home, back to God. That is the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is not different from the Lord.
Thank you. Thank you.
So these are all about the hearing, but sometimes we see that people want to do some physical activity than hearing. So if they sit to hear also, they will go to sleep, or they don't show any interest. So is there any method for such a jivatmas to elevate?
No, here one sloka I quoted that they should do the Mahat Seva, and by the Mahat Seva they will get this Susruso Saddadhanasya Vasudeva Kathajuruchi Sayan Mahat Seva. So we should do this Mahat Seva, Vaishnav Seva. By that we will get this taste for the hearing. And the hearing is most important. Without that, we will not able to progress in other aspects.
So ultimately we have to hear, or we can surpass that hearing and go to back to what?
No, we cannot surpass this hearing. But our this Kali Yuga, this Kali Yuga Dharma is Harinam Sankirtan. The Harinam Sankirtan, what is there? We have to recite and we have to hear. And in that, most important is hearing. So without hearing, we cannot go back home, back to God. We will do this service to the Lord. No, there is mainly not is Katha. We have to do this service there. That is the main thing there.
हरे कृष्णा। मेरा प्रश्न तो नहीं है, लेकिन एक मैंने सुना है राधा गोविंद महाराज की कक्षा में कि हमारे भक्ति की शुरुआत ही श्रवण से होती है, तो इसीलिए हमें श्रवण बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। और भक्ति के जो 9 अंग है, तो उसमें श्रवण पहला है। और कोई भी एक अंग हम पूरी तन्मयता से करते हैं तो हमें भगवत धाम की प्राप्ति होती है, भगवत प्रेम की प्राप्ति होती है। तो इसीलिए हमें सबसे पहले हम श्रवण की हमें आदत होती है। महाराज बोल रहे थे जैसे बच्चा है वो श्रवण से ही सब सीख लेता है, शब्द भाषा। तो वैसे ही हम आचार्यों के साथ रहते हैं, आचार्यों का श्रवण करते हैं आचार्यों से, तो हमारे भाषा जैसे बच्चे बालक की भाषा दृढ़ होती है, वैसे ही हमारा भी भगवान के प्रति जो भाव और प्रेम दृढ़ होता है। इसलिए श्रवण जो है वो महत्वपूर्ण कहा गया है, 9 अंगों में पहला है। और श्रवण जो करते हैं, जैसे कि बच्चा श्रवण करता है अपने माँ से, वही शब्द बोल देता है, तो वैसे ही जो हम आचार्य से श्रवण करते हैं वही बोल देते हैं, तो कीर्तन वही बन जाता है। तो कीर्तन के लिए अलग सा प्रयास नहीं करना पड़ता। तो ये 2 अंग महाराज जी बता रहे थे प्रवचन में। ये मैंने सुना था 2006-7 में या 8 में मीरा रोड में भागवत कथा 7 दिन का चलता था वो तब। तो ये मुझे अभी वही लगा कि आप जो कक्षा दे रहे थे, तो श्रवण महत्वपूर्ण है। और इनका जो प्रश्न था कि श्रवण में नींद आती है, तो हम उस जीवन शैली में जीते हैं कि सुबह जल्दी तो उठना है, ब्रह्म मुहूर्त पे 3-3:30 बजे उठना पड़ता है, क्योंकि प्रेशर है, अटेंडेंस लगाना है। तो उस प्रेशर के कारण हम उठ जाते हैं, लेकिन रात में हमें विश्रांति का समय जैसे सूरज ढल जाता है तो हमें सो जाना चाहिए, तो हम नहीं सोते हैं। तो इसीलिए हमारा दूसरे दिन का जो रीडिंग है, हेयरिंग है या जप है, उसमें स्वाभाविक से नींद आता है। हमारा वो शरीर नहीं है जैसे कि हिरण्यकश्यप का पूरा ऊपर का चला गया तो भी बनाए रखे, नहीं, हमारा शरीर बहुत इस पे बना है। इसीलिए हमें विश्रांति की जरूरत है, लेकिन वो विश्रांति नहीं ले रहे, इसीलिए दूसरे दिन हमें जपा में और भागवतम में नींद आ रही है। तो हमें लग रहा है कि हम क्वालिफाई नहीं है क्वालिफाई, लेकिन हमारा जो मशीन है वो 1000 एम्पियर का है, लेकिन हम उसको 2000 एम्पियर के हिसाब से चला रहे हैं। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा। फीडबैक, कोई भक्त कुछ बोलिए।
थैंक यू प्रभु जी, आपने बहुत अच्छे से बताया और श्रवण का फायदा बताया इतना अच्छे तरीके से। जस्ट एक चीज़ मुझे लगा कि बहुत सॉलिड सब्सटेंशियल कंटेंट आप डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, तो इसलिए थोड़ा अगर हमारा मतलब जैसे लग रहा था कि मतलब सिंपल थोड़ा मीन्स दैट एंथुजियाज्म, आई थिंक इफ इट इज मोर देन इट विल बी वेरी इजी टू प्रेजेंट द such nice substance in a more efficient way.
You are enthusiasm personified, Prabhuji. If you give some blessing, then I will definitely.
Otherwise, the content was very nice, very good, substantial content it is. Correct.
हरे कृष्णा। आपने बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से दिस टॉपिक हियरिंग इज द की यू presented very well and quoting so many important shlokas and the story of Dhundukari. It was very nice. As Prabhuji quoted, in the same way, I will also say that you started with just quotation of so many shlokas and you ended with the quotation of so many shlokas. Normally, the start and end should be very powerful. So you can try to work upon it. He is the one who can help you. And also, of course, you quoted Srila Prabhupada's pastime, that how Srila Prabhupada faithfully heard from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. But whenever we talk about hearing of Srila Prabhupada, the very important pastimes which comes in our life is Srila Prabhupada didn't went to see the darshan in Kosi. He simply heard. And Srila Prabhupada says that I could not understand much because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati would speak very high philosophy, but still I would attentively hear. So that part, if you would have quoted, would have been very nice. So the way you presented, the content was very powerful. And especially you started by giving the verse Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. That is a very, very important verse for this topic. Hearing is the key. Also, you quoted how to hear, and you said that offenseless hearing, submissive hearing. So all the deliberate on what we hear. So it was very nice. And also you quoted the pastime of that bull. That was also very much catchy. So it was very nice. We thank you very much for giving us such good presentation, enlightening all of us. Thank you. Hare Krishna. हरे कृष्ण। 10 मिनट के लिए गायत्री ब्रेक है। धन्यवाद। उसके पश्चात श्रीमान राम विजय प्रभु और बस। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तो अभी हमारा टॉपिक है द कैरेक्टर ऑफ पृथु महाराज, लेसन एंड पर्सनल एप्लीकेशन, पॉइंट्स फ्रॉम हिज एक्टिविटीज क्वालिटीज डिस्क्राइब इन कैंटो 4। हरे कृष्णा। तो जैसे भागवतम के चौथे स्कंद में अध्याय 13 से जो ध्रुव महाराज के वंशजों का वर्णन आता है, उसमें महाराज अंग का भी वर्णन आता है। और महाराज अंग के ही बेटे राजा वेन थे, और उनका चरित्र अच्छा नहीं था, जैसे कि एक राजा का होना चाहिए। वो हमेशा ही देखेंगे तो बचपन से ही उत्पाती थे, अपने मित्रों को ही अनायास ही दंड देते थे, और बाकी जो सामान्य जन थे बार बार राजा को उनके ही बेटे के प्रति दोष बताते थे कि इसने हमारे बेटे को नदी में डुबा दिया या कुछ उसके साथ मारपीट की। तो ये ताने सुन सुन के जो महाराज अंग थे बहुत परेशान हो गए, और पहले तो वो दुखी थे कि बेटा नहीं था, अभी बेटे से दुखी थे। तो उन्होंने भगवान की इच्छा समझ के वन गमन किया, और और वो वानप्रस्थ लेके जंगल चले गए। इधर जैसे कि महाराज अंग तो चले गए, लेकिन राजा बेन तो था, अभी वो राजा और बन गया। पहले तो कुछ नियंत्रण में था, राजा नहीं था, लेकिन अभी वो राजा बन गया। तो राजा बनते ही वो सबको कष्ट देने लगा, यहाँ तक कि वो वैष्णवों को, ब्राह्मणों को, जो निरंतर भगवान की सेवा करते थे और भगवान के लिए यज्ञ वगैरह करते थे, उनको भी वो दंड देने लगा कि अभी हम ही भगवान हैं। राजा, सभी देवता राजा के शरीर में बैठते हैं, मतलब मैं ही राजा, मतलब मैं ही देवता हूँ, फिर किसके लिए कर रहे हैं आप? हमें ही देना चाहिए, हमें ही प्रसन्न कीजिए। तो अभी तक तो जो वैष्णव और ब्राह्मण लोग सहनशील थे, अभी उनके सहनशीलता के बाहर जा रहे थे। तो राजा बेन फिर भी नहीं सुधरे, तो ब्राह्मणों ने राजा को हुंकार से मार दिया। अभी सोचा कि चलो अभी तो हम कार्य कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अभी और एक समस्या आ गई। क्योंकि जो राजा था वो राज्य करता था, शासन करता था, तो बाकी चोर उचक्के नहीं थे। लेकिन जैसे ही राजा वेन मर गया, तो चोर और उचक्कों, डाकुओं, लुटेरों पर अंकुश लगाने वाला कोई नहीं था। और ऋषि मुनि अपना यज्ञ तपस्या कर रहे थे, उन्होंने देखा कि बहुत धूल उड़ रही है। तो उन्होंने पता किया कि ये धूल किसके लिए है। तो पता चला कि जो डाकू लोग हैं वो लूट रहे जनता को, और उसमें उससे त्राही त्राही करके जनता भाग रही है, और उसकी ये धूल है। तो उन्होंने सोचा कि अभी कुछ, क्योंकि हमने ही उसको दंड दिया है, अभी हमें ही कुछ करना पड़ेगा आगे। तो कई बार हम इससे सीख सकते हैं या देख सकते हैं कि अगर अनायास हम किसी को दंड देते हैं, तो उसके आगे की परिस्थिति क्या होगी, थोड़ा विचार करना चाहिए, या फिर उसके लिए हमें तैयार होना चाहिए। तो इधर जैसे कि ब्राह्मण लोग तैयार थे कि ऐसा कुछ करना पड़ेगा अभी, और इधर उनकी जो माँ थी सुनीता, उन्होंने उस राजा वेन के शरीर को सुरक्षित बनाए रखा था। तो ये ब्राह्मणों ने उस शरीर को लिया और उनकी जंघाओं का मंथन किया गया, और उससे पाप स्वरूप एक निषाद बाहर आया, और वो ऋषियों को हाथ जोड़ के जंगली तरफ चला गया। फिर ऋषियों ने हाथों हाथों का मंथन किया, बाहुओं का, तो वहां से महाराज पृथु और महारानी अर्ची का आविर्भाव हुआ। तो जैसे ही उनका आविर्भाव हुआ, तो ब्राह्मणों ने देखा कि इनके जो शरीर के लक्षण हैं वो भगवान के चिन्हों से मिलते हैं। तो ब्राह्मणों ने संकेत किया जो सूत मागध बंदीजन थे उनसे कि आप, ये स्वयं भगवान हैं, इनकी स्तुति कीजिए। और वो स्तुति करने लगते हैं। तो कई बार क्योंकि उनको ऋषियों द्वारा प्रेरणा मिला गया था, तो वो भगवान के जैसा ही उनको गुणगान कर रहे थे। लेकिन अभी जहाँ पर जैसे कि एक राजा को विनम्र होना चाहिए, वैसा ही इधर पृथु महाराज ने भी विनम्रता से और अमृत तुल्य वाणी से ऐसा नहीं को डांटा, उन्होंने प्रेम से कहा और मुस्कुराते हुए कि अभी तक हमने कुछ कार्य नहीं किया है, जैसा कि आप हमारे लिए गुणगान कर रहे हैं। तो ऐसा मतलब बिना वजह किसी की प्रशंसा करना अच्छा नहीं, क्योंकि उसमें वो गुण नहीं है। तो इसीलिए इधर प्रभुपाद जी भी बताते हैं कि जब तक किसी में वो गुण नहीं है, अनायास उसका गुणगान नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उससे कई बार क्या हो जाता है कि ये सामने वाला है गर्वित हो जाता है, तो इससे दोनों को ही हानि होगी। जैसे कि एक कहानी सुना था मैंने, तो उसमें एक भक्त बता रहे थे कि किसी कंपनी में या किसी ऑफिस में एक व्यक्ति था जो बहुत ही निंदक प्रवृत्ति का था, सबकी निंदा करना, सबका आपस में चुगली करके लड़ाना उसका कार्य था। लेकिन अभी उसने सोचा कि अभी सब लोग परेशान हो गए हमसे, हम क्या करते हैं, इस्तीफा दे देते हैं और चले जाते हैं। तो ये बहुत सबको अच्छा लगा कि चलो आखिर बीमारी तो जाएगी। लेकिन जैसे कि स्वभाव होता है सबका कि चलो जाते जाते तो प्रशंसा कर ही देते हैं, तो उनके लिए एक सेशन रखा गया कि हम क्या करेंगे, गुणगान करेंगे सब लोग मिलके, अंत अभी अंतिम विदाई कर देंगे, जो भी है जैसा भी है, अंत भला तो सब भला करके। तो सबका उन्होंने गुणगान, सब लोगों ने बारी बारी से उनका गुणगान किया। तो अंत में वो सबको थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए करके मैं माइक दिया उसको। तो वो व्यक्ति बोला, हमें पता नहीं था आप इतना प्रेम करते हैं, हम इस्तीफा नहीं देते अभी। तो मतलब कई बार जो अच्छा होने जा रहा था वो भी गड़बड़ हो गया। तो ऐसा मतलब सिर्फ मन से या फिर मनोकल्पना से उसको गुणगान नहीं करना चाहिए किसी का कि अच्छा हो जाएगा, हो सकता है विपरीत परिणाम हो सकता है। तो फिर आगे फिर बताते हैं यहाँ पर एष धर्मथाम श्रेष्ठो लोकम धर्मेनुवर्तयन् गोप्ता च धर्म सेतूनां शास्ता तत्परिस्थिताम। मतलब ये था कि महाराज पृथु धार्मिक नियमों के पालन करने वालों में सर्वश्रेष्ठ हैं। अतः वे प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को धर्म में प्रवृत्त करेंगे और धर्म के उन सिद्धांतों की रक्षा करेंगे। अधर्मियों तथा नास्तिकों के लिए वे महान दंडदाता भी होंगे। तो यहाँ पर वो गुणगान कर रहे हैं, जबकि यहाँ पर अभी तक कुछ अभी ऋषियों को आशा थी कि भगवान है तो ये यही करेंगे, और उसके अनुसार वो लोग बंदी वगैरह कर रहे हैं। तो प्रभुपाद जी यहाँ पर बता रहे हैं कि जो नास्तिक लोग हैं या जो सरकार होती है, वो जो भगवान के द्वारा प्रदत्त नियम हैं, धार्मिक सिद्धांत हैं, उनकी रक्षा करना चाहिए, उनके खिलाफ नहीं जाना चाहिए। लेकिन कई बार जो धर्मनिरपेक्ष निरपेक्ष सरकार होती है, वो लोग क्या करते हैं, जो सरकार का प्रधान व्यक्ति है वो उदासीन हो जाता है। तो इससे हालांकि मतलब वो बोलते नहीं, लेकिन अधार्मिकता व्यक्ति को पर जो अधार्मिकता है उस पर अंकुश भी नहीं लगाते, जिसके कारण क्या होता है कि लोग अधार्मिक बनते जाते हैं। तो इसमें और प्रभुपाद जी इधर बताते हैं कि अभी जो कलयुग है, इसमें कोई भी पवित्र राजा नहीं है, और जो प्रधान है वो भी कौन है, चोर उचक्को जैसे ही हैं। तो उसमें अभी कोई पूछ सकते कि ठीक है, राजा भी अधार्मिक है और उनके अनुयायी भी सेम है, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं। लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी इधर बताते हैं कि कलयुग में कृष्ण भावना भावित लोगों के द्वारा प्रजातांत्रिक सरकार को भी कब्जे में किया जा सकता है, अगर हम एकत्रित होंगे तो, निष्ठा से साधना करेंगे तो। और इससे क्या होगा कि जो प्रजा है वो भी सुखी हो जाएगी। और क्योंकि हम जपा करते हैं, साधना करते हैं, इससे मतलब जैसे बारिश होगी, जैसे श्लोका है जो अन्नाद भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जानात अन्न संभव यज्ञाद होति पर्जन्यो यज्ञ कर्म समुद्भव। सब प्राणी अन्न अन्न से भरण पोषण करते हैं, और वर्षा अन्न वर्षा से उत्पन्न होता है, वर्षा यज्ञ से उत्पन्न होती है, और यज्ञ यज्ञ करने से अपने अपने धर्म संपन्न हो जाते हैं। और जैसे कि इस कलयुग में जो यज्ञ है वो संकीर्तन यज्ञ है। तो जैसे शास्त्रों में बताया गया, हरे नाम हरे नाम एव केवलम कलो नास्तेव 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 गतिर अन्यथा। मतलब कलयुग में हरि नाम के अतिरिक्त कोई भी दूसरा मार्ग नहीं है, नहीं है और नहीं है। इसलिए सबको हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे के मंत्र, महामंत्र के जपने का उपदेश देना चाहिए, और हमें भी करना चाहिए, जिससे समाज बदलेगा और सरकार भी बदल जाएगी। हमें किसी पर निर्भर नहीं रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि कृष्ण भावना तो एक ऐसा है जो प्रजातंत्र सरकार को भी बदल सकता है। और जैसे इधर एक और आता है, उनके बारे में गुणगान करते हैं, तितिक्षत्य क्रमम वैन्यम उपर्यात क्रमतामपि भूतानां करुण सस्वदार्तानां चिति वृत्तिमान। मतलब आप क्या करेंगे, जो नागरिक हैं उन पर आप दयालु होंगे, और जो नास्तिक व्यक्ति है, जो दीनहीन पुरुषों पर विधि विधानों की अवहेलना करके राजा के सिर पर भी पांव रख देंगे, उन पर भी आप क्या करेंगे, क्षमा कर देंगे। आप इतने सहनशील और क्षमाशील होंगे। लेकिन जैसे अभी देखेंगे तो आजकल के राजा ऐसे नहीं हैं, वो विपरीत हैं। वो लोग क्या करते हैं कि नागरिकों से कर संग्रह करता है और अपने सुखों के लिए उसको व्यय कर देता है। और ऐसे क्या हो जाता है कि जो बाकी लोग भी हैं वो अन्यायपूर्ण से संग्रह करने लगते हैं और अपनी अपनी आय को तरह तरह से छिपाते हैं, और इससे राज्य को कर नहीं मिलता है, और पूरा का पूरा जो राज्य है वो डूब जाता है, और सारी व्यवस्था अर्थव्यवस्था रहती है वो बैठ जाती है। और इसमें एक और बताते हैं कि अव्यक्तम त्वमर्ष निगुण कार्यो गंभीर वेदा उपगुप्त वित्ते अनंत महात्म गुणैक धामा प्रतुपचेता इव संवृतात्मा। जो गायक थे वो बताते हैं कि राजा द्वारा अपनाई नीति कोई भी नहीं समझ सकेगा, उनके कार्य इतने गुप्त रहेंगे कि कोई उनको जान नहीं सकेगा, और सब लोग सोचेंगे कि प्रत्येक कार्य में किस प्रकार सफल होंगे। उनका कोष सदा ही सामान्य लोगों से अज्ञात रहेगा। वे अनंत महिमा और उत्तम गुणों के आगार होंगे। उनका पद स्थायी तथा प्रच्छन्न रहेगा, जिस प्रकार के समुद्रों के देव वरुण देव और चारों ओर से जल से ढके रहते हैं। तो यहाँ पर बताते हैं कि जो महाराज प्रतु थे वो अपने कोष को गुप्त रखते हैं। तो ये एक राजा का अधिकार होता है कि अपने कोष को गुप्त रखे, लेकिन जब कभी अपनी प्रजा में कुछ दुर्भिक्ष आता है, अकाल पड़ता है, तो वो उस खजाने का उपयोग करता है। और यहाँ पर बताते हैं कि एक व्यक्ति को, जो सामान्य व्यक्ति है, उसको भी अपनी व्यक्तिगत कमाई को गुप्त रखना चाहिए, और इसमें कोई गुप्त रखता है तो दोष नहीं है। और जैसे अभी हम सोच सकते हैं कि हम लोग मंदिर में रहते हैं तो हम क्या छिपाएंगे तो इसमें, क्योंकि हमारा धन ही तपस्या है, तो हमें उसको उजागर नहीं करना चाहिए। जैसे कि शास्त्र बताते हैं कि कोई अगर निर्जला उपवास कर रहा है या फलाहारी उपवास कर रहा है तो सबको बोलना नहीं चाहिए उसको कि देखो हम कर रहे हैं। नहीं, उसको गुप्त रखना चाहिए, उसमें उसकी भलाई है और सामने वाले के लिए अच्छा है। और दूसरा, कई बार हम माला करते हैं तो 16 माला तो सबको करना ही चाहिए, लेकिन जो ज्यादा है वो अपना सबको बताना नहीं चाहिए कि हम कितना कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उससे सामने वाला का और हमारे लिए भी अच्छा नहीं है। फिर देखेंगे तो प्रोपादिक पुस्तकें हैं। अभी कोई बोल सकता है कि जो अभी साधनाकार सिस्टम है, काउंसलर पूछते हैं तो कैसे हम उसको गुप्त रख सकते हैं, तो काउंसलर से बता सकते हैं। लेकिन समझो आपके ग्रुप में अगर ऐसा है तो आप सोच सकते हैं, जैसे क्योंकि उसमें क्या रहता है, आपने 16 माला कितना कब किया उतना बता दीजिए, वो पूछ नहीं रहेगा आप सब माला कब की। या फिर प्रपादिक पुस्तक कितनी पढ़ी, हो सकता है कि 2 घंटा, या जो भी आपको बताया गया हो, 2 घंटा तो पढ़ ले सकते हैं आराम से, उससे ज्यादा जो पढ़ रहे हैं मत बताइए। तो कम से कम जो आपका लिमिट है उससे ज्यादा जो करेंगे वो बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। तो इससे, जैसे अभी कोई भी गृहस्थ रहता है, उसको कुछ सैलरी है जो घर से खर्चे के लिए रहेगा, हो सकता है बोल देगा हमें 30 तक तो आ जाता है, उससे घर चल जाता है, लेकिन उससे ऊपर भी आता होगा वो, लेकिन वो नहीं बताएगा वो। जनरल, जो सबको ज्यादा लगना भी नहीं चाहिए, और कोई बोल देगा 1 लाख मिल रहा है तो क्या लोग बोलेंगे थोड़ा दान भी दे दीजिए या फिर दूसरा कुछ बोलेंगे उसको। तो इसलिए हो सकता है ऐसा, और जब आप ऐसा कुछ सबको बोलेंगे कि हम इतनी माला कर रहे हैं या इतना ग्रंथ पढ़ रहे हैं, तो लोग पूछेंगे, फिर बाद में बोलेंगे अरे हमसे बात नहीं करता है, तो फिर बाद में क्या हो जाएगा, आपका जो समय था उसका वो लोग खींचने लगते हैं। तो मतलब क्षमा कीजिए अगर ऐसा किसी को बुरा लग रहा हो तो, नॉर्मली ऐसा हो सकता है कई बार। और वो बताते हैं कि ना दंड्यम दंड यत्येष सुतमात्म दुषामपि दंड यत्यात्म जपि दंड्यम धर्म पथे स्थित। मतलब जो राजा है वो सदैव धर्म निष्ठा के मार्ग पर रहेंगे। वो अगर अपना पुत्र और शत्रु के पुत्र में दोनों में समभाव रखेंगे, अगर अपना पुत्र कुछ दोष, मतलब कुछ कार्य करता है जो दंड देने के योग्य है तो दंड देंगे, और जबकि शत्रु का पुत्र अगर दंडनीय नहीं है तो उसको ऐसा नहीं कि किसी क्या बोलते हैं, किसी में फंसा दिया और फंसा के उसको कि चलो ये दंड अभी इसने ही किया है करके उसको किसी केस में डाल के फिर वापस चलो, अभी दंड के पात्र है, इसको दे दो दंड। तो ऐसा नहीं करेंगे वो। अनायास किसी को मतलब शत्रु के पुत्र को भी दंड नहीं देंगे वो, जो षड्यंत्र में नहीं फंसाएंगे। तो ऐसा वो सब बताते हैं। और समय बढ़ते जा रहा है लेकिन ठीक है, प्रयास कर रहे हैं। तो कई बार जब वंद्यजन ऐसा बोलते रहते हैं, और क्योंकि ब्राह्मण लोग उनको उत्साहित कर रहे थे, तो पृथु महाराज भी ज्यादा कुछ बोलते नहीं उनको। लेकिन जब अंत में उनका सब अभिषेक वगैरह हो गया, तो अभी प्रजा सामने आई उनके और बोलती है कि हमें खाने को दीजिए। तो राजा का कार्य है प्रजा के पालन करना पुत्र की भांति। तो उन्होंने पता किया कि ये प्रजा इतना भूखों कैसी है, भूख से इतना पीड़ित कैसे है। तो उन्होंने देखा कि सब जो प्रजा थी अपना कार्य कर रही है, लेकिन धरती उनको परिपूर्ण अन्न नहीं दे रही। तो उन्होंने फिर धरती को मतलब प्रताड़ित किया कि आपको अन्न देना चाहिए। तो बहुत जब देखा कि धरती सामने भागती जा रही है, और वो क्या करते हैं, एक धनुष लेके धरती का पीछा करते हैं, और धरती भी पृथ्वी का रूप लेती है और भागते जाती है। तो कई बार ऐसा बोलते हैं कि ये धरती थी, वो चाहती तो अनेक रूप धारण कर सकती थी, लेकिन गाय का ही रूप क्यों लिया उसने। तो बताते हैं कि जो धरती थी वो सोचती थी कि भगवान गौ ब्राह्मण प्रिय, मतलब उनको गाय प्रिय है, तो वो दंड नहीं देंगे। लेकिन क्योंकि यहाँ पर गलती धरती की थी, तो भगवान उनको छोड़ना नहीं चाहते थे। फिर सब जगह जब भागते भागते धरती थक गई, तो अभी उनके ही शरण में आई, भगवान पृथु के शरण में ही आई, और उन्हें बताती है कि आप हमें नहीं मार सकते। तो रूपा जी तो लिखते हैं कि क्योंकि उस समय क्यों नहीं मार सकते थे उसको ये पृथु महाराज, तो बताते हैं कि एक तो वो स्त्री थी, और दूसरा वो शरणागत थी, इसलिए भगवान उसको नहीं मार सकते थे। लेकिन आगे रूपा जी लिखते हैं, ये पृथु महाराज भी उनको बोलते हैं कि हम क्या करेंगे, अगर आप अन्न नहीं दोगी तो हम आपको ही काट के अपने प्रजाजनों को खिला देंगे। तो उधर प्रभुपाद जी वर्णन करते हैं, मतलब बताते हैं कि अब जो मांसाहार है वो कहाँ उपयोग करना चाहिए, इसका उदाहरण ये बताते हैं प्रभुपाद जी कि वहां पर कुछ भी खाने को नहीं था, तो प्रजा को जीवित रखना है। तो वो बता रहे कि यहाँ पर उस समय जब कुछ भी नहीं है, तो के मांस को भी खा सकते हैं, या मांसाहार की अनुमति सरकार दे सकती है। कब? जब कुछ भी खाने को है ही नहीं तो। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए लोगों को प्रोत्साहित करना और बड़े बड़े कत्तल खाने चलाना, ये नहीं, इसका अनुमति नहीं देना चाहिए सरकार को। और कई बार ऐसा देखते हैं कि लोग अपने इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए ही ज्यादातर ये कार्य करते हैं, या सरकार भी ऐसी अनुमति देती है। क्योंकि अभी आजकल इतना खाद्यान्न है कि लोग आराम से अन्न खा के रह सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी रूपा जी तो लिखते हैं बूचड़ खानों को बनाए रखना, मतलब कत्तल खानों को वो बनाए रखते हैं। दूसरा, पृथ्वी उनको बोलते कि अरे ठीक है। लेकिन वो बोलते कि अरे एक बार आप जब बराह रूप में आए थे, तुम्हारी रक्षा की थी, आज आपको हमें मारना चाहते हैं आप? बोले कि हाँ, क्योंकि हमें प्रजा का पालन करना है। तो फिर अंत में जो पृथ्वी थी वो बोलते कि ठीक है, आप क्या कीजिए, क्योंकि अभी अधर्मी राजा थे बहुत से लोग, तो इसलिए हमने अन्न को मतलब जो पेड़ पौधे थे उनके बीज या जड़ी बूटी थे उनके बीज अंदर हैं हमारे, लेकिन अभी हो क्या गया, बहुत समय से वो गिले रहे हैं और हो सकता है अभी वो खराब हो गए होंगे, तो इसलिए वापस आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, तो इसलिए आपको वापस आ, जैसे नेचुरल तरीके से आपको फिर से लेना है उसको। तो मतलब उधर पृथ्वी महाराज एक बछड़ा को लाते हैं, पृथ्वी महाराज बछड़े बनते हैं और उनका जो अन्न था वो लेते हैं, और यही जो उनका ही अनुगमन जो धरती पर रहने वाले थे उन्होंने किया। तो अलग अलग लोग आए जो उनमें सर्वश्रेष्ठ थे, और उनके प्रति प्रेम जब धरती ने प्रदर्शित किया तो उनके स्तनों में दूध आया, और वो दूध वो लोग लेके गए, तो जो भी धरती पर थे उन सब ने लिया था। फिर बाद में उनके पास सनत कुमार आते हैं, चारों कुमार, और उनसे वो उपदेश लेते हैं। तो प्रभुपाद जी उधर बताते हैं कि ये सनत कुमार मतलब ये चारों संप्रदाय में से एक संप्रदाय है, तो उस हमें भी ये जो चार संप्रदाय हैं उनमें से ही किसी एक से हमें ज्ञान लेना चाहिए, न कि कहीं से भी और कैसे भी लें। तो इसमें प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे थे। और आगे जब, क्योंकि वो राजा थे तो उनका राजधर्म था, तो अलग अलग यज्ञ भी वो कर रहे थे। तो बताते कि उन्होंने पूरे 100 यज्ञ किए। तो जब 100वां राजसूय यज्ञ, 100 अश्वमेध यज्ञ चल रहा था, तो क्योंकि इंद्र वहां पर उनसे ईर्ष्यालु हो गए, और उसमें कई बार अलग अलग सन्यासियों का वेश लेके वो उस यज्ञ को भंग करना चाहते थे, घोड़े को चुरा रहे थे। तो वहां पर ब्रह्मा जी आते हैं अंत में और बताते हैं कि वो तो ऐसे करते ही रहेंगे, क्योंकि वो स्वयं भगवान के शक्ति स्वरूप हैं, उनको आप दंड मत दीजिए। क्योंकि जो ब्राह्मण लोग थे वो उनको यज्ञ में डालना चाहते थे। तो फिर जब वो यज्ञ को रोक देते हैं तो वहाँ पर स्वयं भगवान आते हैं, और भगवान देखते हैं कि इंद्र नम्र है और वो क्षमा मांगना चाहते हैं, उनके पैर पड़ना चाहते हैं, तो पृथ्वी महाराज उनको गले लगा लेते हैं। तो प्रभुपाद जी वहां पर बताते हैं कि देखो, जब भगवान की सेवा करते हैं वहां पर पृथ्वी महाराज और जो इंद्र थे वो दोनों ही भगवान के भक्त हैं। तो हो सकता है कुछ मतभेद हो सके, लेकिन उसको आपस में निपटा लेना चाहिए, लेकिन उसको बढ़ाना नहीं चाहिए कि एक मरने के बाद ही समाप्त हो गया, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए जैसे राक्षसों में होता है, देवता राक्षस में जो होता है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। फिर अंत में वो अपने पुत्रों को और बाकी जीवात्माओं को अपना जो राज्य था वो सौंप दिया, और वो निकल जाते हैं अपने अंतिम समय में वानप्रस्थ लेके। और उनकी जो पत्नी थी महारानी अर्ची, वो भी उनके साथ ही चली जाती हैं, और वहां पर वन में उन्होंने अपना शरीर त्याग दिया। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Thank you for your participation.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, आपने बहुत अच्छा प्रेम से इतना प्रेजेंटेशन दिया। तो प्रभु जी, पृथु महाराज के जीवन से हम देखते हैं कैसे उन्होंने इतने एग्जाम्पलरी रूल किया और बहुत ही सुंदर व्यवस्थापन किया। तो पहला प्रश्न तो ये है कि आज के जो इतने सारे जो राजा हैं, तो उनको कैसे उनके जीवन से उनके राज से समझा सकते हैं, या फिर कैसे उनको कि कैसे एक व्यवस्थित राजा का व्यवहार होना चाहिए, कैसे उनका रूल करना चाहिए। पहला तो ये है जो कि क्योंकि उनके चरित्र से हम देखते हैं कैसा उन्होंने, तो इसके बारे में कुछ कहना चाहेंगे।
जैसे कि आपका जो प्रश्न है उसका एक श्लोक में बताते, प्रभुपाद जी तात्पर्य में बता रहे थे कि आज की सरकार को भी कृष्ण भावना आंदोलन बदल सकता है, क्योंकि वो क्या है, लोकतांत्रिक है। अगर आपकी संख्या ज्यादा होगी, सिर्फ एकत्रित आना है, हो जाएगा, उसमें बड़ी बात नहीं है। क्योंकि उनको मत चाहिए। और उसमें अगर आप जैसे हमारे मंदिर में 5,000 लोग होंगे, कम से कम 5,000, अगर 5,000 वोट किसी को मिलेंगे, जो चाहिए वो करेगा आपके लिए। हाँ, ये नहीं बोल सकते कि वो मंत्र हर रोज मंगल आरती आएगा, या फिर दूसरा कुछ जैसे 16 माला हो सकता है नहीं करेगा, वो 8 माला करेगा, 10 माला करेगा। जैसे कि प्रभुपाद जी थे उस समय ऐसा हुआ था कि एक पार्टी चालू करने का सोच रहे थे भक्त लोग, उसमें कुछ एक्टिव भी हुए थे। जो आपने सुना होगा बलवंत प्रभु करके एक प्रभुपाद जी के शिष्य थे, उन्होंने कुछ तो एक पार्टी का नाम नहीं याद आ रहा, लेकिन उन्होंने उधर चालू किया था कुछ तो। हाँ, तो उन्होंने चालू किया था, लेकिन कुछ समय के बाद उनको धीरे धीरे वो इस्कॉन की उससे थोड़ा सा दूर हो गए थे, वो साधना में फर्क पड़ा था। तो हमें, क्योंकि प्रभुपाद जी ने जो संस्था बनाई है वो ब्राह्मणों को बनाने के लिए बनाई है, राजाओं को बनाने के लिए नहीं बनाई। तो इसलिए हमें हमें उस पर, अभी प्रभुपाद जी को भी पूछा था कि अगर आपको हम ये देंगे, राजा बनाएंगे, तो बनेंगे क्या? प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला नहीं, हम क्या करेंगे, हम राजा का गुरु बनेंगे और उसको आदेश देंगे कि ये करो। लेकिन इसीलिए हमें कभी प्रयास नहीं करना चाहिए कि हम लीडर बनेंगे, जाके हम जब खड़े होंगे हमें लोग वोट देंगे, उसमें हमारी भक्ति नहीं होगी। क्योंकि हम भी देखते हैं कि लीडर जैसे हैं वैसे में ही उनको व्यवहार करना पड़ेगा। बस इतना ऐसा हमें लगा। हरे कृष्णा। यस प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण। तो यहाँ पे सुखदेव गोस्वामी परीक्षित पृथु महाराज के बारे में ऐसा अचानक से उन्होंने क्यों कहना चालू कर दिया? यहाँ पे तो परीक्षित महाराज के तो पास तो समय बहुत कम है, उनको दूसरा कृष्ण कथा बताने के बजाय उन्होंने एक राजा की कथा बताई। तो उससे वो क्या बताना चाहते थे? परीक्षित महाराज को कौन सा गुण बताना चाहते थे?
वर्णाश्रम धर्म।
वो वर्णाश्रम धर्म, वो एक मरने वाले व्यक्ति को, जिसकी मृत्यु होने वाली, उसको कैसे फायदा होने वाला था?
नहीं, ऐसे देखेंगे तो क्योंकि अभी जो पृथु महाराज का जो भी सेक्शन है, लगभग हर तात्पर्य में प्रभुपाद जी एक ही बोल रहे, वर्णाश्रम धर्म। तो उससे प्रभुपाद जी का मूड है। और क्योंकि प्रभुपाद जी बोल रहे, इसलिए हम एक ही सोच सकते, क्योंकि उस समय हम नहीं थे। ये सब क्यों बोला सुखदेव गोस्वामी से हम प्रश्न नहीं कर सके। बस इतना ही हम, अगर प्रभु जी को कुछ पता है या कोई टिप्पणी करना है तो कर सकते हैं, मतलब ऐसा है। या फिर किसी ने आचार्य की टीका कुछ पढ़ी है, कुछ उनका मत अंतर कुछ याद आ रहा है तो बोल सकते हैं।
हरे कृष्णा। श्रीमद् भागवतम में सुखदेव गोस्वामी ने जो भी कथाएं प्रस्तुत की हैं, उन कथाओं को लिया है जिसमें स्पष्ट रूप से शुद्ध भक्ति का परिचय होता है। तो पृथु महाराज ने 100 अश्वमेध यज्ञ करने का प्रयास किया, लेकिन इंद्रदेव वे 100वां अश्वमेध यज्ञ में बहुत बार बाधा डाल रहे थे। हरे कृष्ण। तो इंद्रदेव अलग अलग ढोंगी साधुओं का वेश लेकर घोड़ा चुरा रहे थे, जिसके कारण
धर्म, जो वास्तविक धर्म है, उसके प्रचार प्रसार में हानि हो रही थी और कैतव धर्म का प्रचार प्रसार हो रहा था, जो कि संपूर्ण मानव समाज के लिए बहुत हानिकारक है। ऐसी स्थिति में स्वयं ब्रह्मा जी आते हैं और पृथु महाराज को कहते हैं कि आपको 99 अश्वमेध यज्ञ तक ही रहने दो, 100 अश्वमेध यज्ञ करने की जरूरत नहीं है। और पृथु महाराज इसे विनम्रता से स्वीकार करते हैं। तो भौतिक दृष्टिकोण से अगर गणना की जाए तो इंद्रदेव, उन्होंने 100 अश्वमेध यज्ञ किए हैं, वो ऊंची स्थिति पर है। लेकिन आध्यात्मिक दृष्टिकोण से, क्योंकि पृथु महाराज विनम्र होकर ब्रह्मा जी के निवेदन को स्वीकार कर लेते हैं, तो उससे भगवान उससे बहुत अधिक प्रसन्न हुए और भगवान पृथु महाराज के समक्ष प्रकट हुए। और भगवान ने पृथु महाराज को बाद में यह भी आशीर्वाद दिया कि आपको चारों कुमारों का संग प्राप्त होगा। और पृथु महाराज चारों कुमारों का मार्गदर्शन प्राप्त करके भगवत धाम गए। इंद्रदेव 100 अश्वमेध यज्ञ करके भगवत धाम नहीं गए हैं। तो ये जो मुख्य तत्व है कि भौतिक सफलता के पीछे न भागकर हम आध्यात्मिक जो गुण है उनको महत्व दें, यह गुण बहुत अच्छी तरह से इस लीला में उभर कर आता है। और इसीलिए सुखदेव गोस्वामी ने यह प्रसंग परीक्षित महाराज के समक्ष सुनाया। हरे कृष्ण। ठीक है, धन्यवाद। कोई फीडबैक देना चाहता है? हरि बोल।
तो आपने बहुत ही अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया, नाना प्रकार के पृथु महाराज के गुण बताए। तो एक सजेशन था कि पृथ्वी महाराज के बहुत ही अच्छे गुण बताए गए, जैसे समंदर जितना गंभीर, पृथ्वी जैसा टॉलरेंट। सो ये सब गुण अगर आप और अच्छे से अगर बताते, जो भक्तों के जीवन में कुछ अनुसरण कर सके, तो वो बहुत ही अच्छा होता। आपने डिटेल्स बताए, पर वो ऑडियंस के लिए कैसे लागू होता है उसके बारे में बताते तो और अच्छा रहता। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। आपने अपनी कक्षा का आरंभ बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से किया। आपने राजा अंग, वेण, उन सब के बारे में थोड़ा बताकर किस प्रकार से पृथु महाराज प्रकट हुए, बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से दर्शाया। और फिर आपने श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के भागवतम में से श्लोका और तात्पर्यों में से स्पष्टीकरण देते हुए कैसे पृथु महाराज के बहुत ही अच्छे दिव्य गुण थे, उनका भी आपने अच्छा वर्णन किया और श्लोकों को भी सुनाया। बस जैसा कि रणछोड़ शरण प्रभु ने कहा कि बस कुछ हमारे प्रायोगिक जीवन में किस प्रकार से उन गुणों को अपना सकते हैं, उस बारे में थोड़ा प्रकाश दिया होता तो बहुत अच्छा होता। वैसे ही श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की लीलाओं में से कुछ प्रसंग आपने सुनाए होते तो और भी बहुत अच्छा हो जाता। तो बस इसी की कमी रह गई, अन्यथा आपने बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से बताया। विशेष रूप से मुझे वो बहुत ही अच्छा लगा जब आपने कहा कि पृथु महाराज अपनी संपत्ति को गोपनीय रखते थे, गुप्त रखते थे। और उसी प्रकार से हम सबको भी अपने तपोबल को, जो भी हम तपस्या कर रहे हैं, भक्ति कर रहे हैं, उसको दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है। तो मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। साथ ही आपने बताया कि किस प्रकार से पृथु महाराज की भेंट कुमारों से हुई, तो हमको भी चार संप्रदाय में से किसी एक में दीक्षा प्राप्त करके भक्ति के पथ पर आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। तो ये सब बहुत सारी अच्छी शिक्षाएं आपने इस प्रसंग से हम सबको प्रदान की। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्ण। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। तो अब हम सभी कल सुबह 10:30 मिलेंगे। हरे कृष्ण।
माइक बंद करना है क्या चालू है? नहीं हुआ।